Welcome everybody, this is Christian from Sterling Knight Gamers, and today I'm going to talk about the Vulcans. The Vulcans are the latest expansion for Star Trek Ascendancy, and I've really enjoyed playing as them and against them in 3 games total. They're similar in playstyle to the Federation, where peace and cooperation is better for you than combat. Their honest meddling is interesting, so you have to always tell the truth, and you can't invade or homogenize systems controlled by a rival with a lower ascendancy. Sometimes war is a necessary way to victory, because I had one opponent that was constantly building up forces and attacking me, and I wouldn't be able to attack their planet back. What I ended up doing was purposely colonizing a few systems, each lowering my ascendancy, and then I would be able to fight and conquer them. I had to revert to a more primitive version of the Vulcan race in order to defend myself adequately. Colonizing is very expensive for the Vulcans. They can do it anywhere, so that's nice that you don't need to have a ship in orbit. However, the fact that it costs a whole ascendancy to colonize the system is just really expensive and can really be limiting of some of the victory agendas, where you have to have 10 systems or 7 cultural nodes or 8 scientific nodes. Like, it's hard to have that many colonies. You just need to create a very large culture engine, as well as some of your advancements that allow you to get them from your ambassadors. Some of the agenda, you be a breeze in order to win under most peaceful conditions. However, others, it's going to be a really long game if you're ever going to win. The fleets I really enjoy. I think my favorite is the scientific fleet. It allows you to have a fleet size of 6, which is good. And whenever you fail on a hazardous system, you can re-roll it, which is a really interesting power. And if you don't use that power because your shields are high enough, then you can get signs from a phenomenon without using a command. The number fleet, which is essentially the ambassador one, is a very useful fleet that you need to build in order to start placing your ambassadors around the map. I would recommend starting out with the science one first to survive those hazards, and then once you have a connection with another rival player, then you send in the ambassador fleet. The observationist fleet is useful too. It allows you to draw a second system when you're entering a system, so you clear the way a little bit with the scientific fleet, and then have the observation fleet go in and explore the actual planets. I haven't utilized them to their full extent. Luckily, their battle fleets can have the full 9, which is nice. I was kind of thinking it would be somewhat similar to the Federation, where you can only have fleets of 6. Overall, I really like them. It's an interesting dynamic, and the players not knowing what your other objective is key. Once they figure it out, either by observing some of your actions, it's going to make the game a lot harder for you to win. So definitely try to keep that hidden objective as oblique as possible. The technologies are good. Your warp level will be higher than you could ever possibly need it relatively soon. And a lot of the commands also a lot of the scientific research also give you additional command disk, which is very useful, especially since you can't build space stations. The ambassadors essentially act as space stations where you can build and form fleets there. However, you can only get them there by using the counselor fleet, allowing them to do the Vulcan Exodus, which is one of the research. So even if you lose your home world, you can still win, which is unique compared to all the other ones. And some of the ambassador technology allows you to get a command and a culture every turn for ambassadors you have in certain systems, which is really useful because you have a lot of ambassadors, so you can really rack up points. So overall, I like them. I think Federation players will really enjoy playing as the Vulcans. Please write in the comments about what you think of the Vulcan race. Bye.